내가 원하는 건 무조건 이뤄. 될 거야.
Bloodhounds 2 continues the intense and gritty story of two young fighters whose lives have been shaped by violence, loyalty, and the relentless fight against corruption. After the brutal events that defined their earlier struggles, the world around them becomes even more dangerous and unpredictable. The bond between the two central fighters remains the heart of the story, built through countless battles, shared hardships, and a deep commitment to protecting the people they care about. What once started as a desperate attempt to survive in a cruel financial underworld slowly transforms into a larger battle against powerful forces that thrive on exploitation and brutality. The journey moves forward with both fighters trying to rebuild their lives after surviving a ruthless loan shark network that once threatened everything they loved. Their victory against that criminal empire gave them a moment of hope and relief. But peace never lasts long in a world ruled by greed and violence. As they begin to look toward a future focused on boxing and honest competition, the shadows of a much larger criminal organization begin to emerge. Rumors spread about a powerful underground network that controls illegal fights across different regions, drawing desperate fighters into deadly matches where money and power matter more than human life. The two fighters remain determined to follow their dreams inside the boxing ring, believing that discipline and hard work can lead them toward a better future. Training becomes a symbol of hope, a way to move forward without returning to the brutal world they once fought to escape. One of them continues to chase the dream of becoming a respected boxing champion, while the other stands beside him not just as a partner but as a mentor and loyal friend who understands the sacrifices required to survive in such a harsh environment. Their friendship grows even stronger as they realize that the challenges ahead will test them more than anything they have faced before. Just as their lives begin to stabilize, a new figure appears who changes everything. This individual is powerful, calculating, and deeply connected to the secret world of underground boxing. Unlike ordinary criminals, this man controls an international network of illegal fights where champions are lured into brutal matches designed purely for profit and dominance. Fighters who enter his arena are treated like disposable tools in a ruthless system, where only victory matters and weakness is punished without mercy. The presence of this new antagonist introduces a darker and more dangerous dimension to the story. The underground league he controls is not simply about boxing. It is a massive criminal operation where gambling, corruption, and violence intersect. Wealthy spectators and powerful figures secretly gather to watch brutal fights that determine who rises and who disappears forever. Fighters are recruited from different backgrounds, some seeking fame while others fight simply to escape poverty or protect their families. This world becomes a brutal stage where ambition and desperation collide. For the two main fighters, entering this environment is not a choice but a necessity when they realize that innocent people could be harmed by the league's influence. As they investigate the organization behind these illegal matches, the scale of the operation becomes clearer. What seemed like a hidden fight club is actually part of a larger criminal network that stretches across borders. The deeper they look, the more they discover powerful individuals who manipulate the system from behind the scenes. These people view fighters as commodities, tools used to entertain wealthy audiences and generate enormous profits. Challenging such a system is incredibly dangerous because those who control it possess resources and connections capable of destroying anyone who stands in their way. The new villain at the center of this network is not only physically powerful but also psychologically intimidating. His presence in the ring is legendary, and many fighters fear him long before they ever face him in battle. He represents the embodiment of the brutal system the heroes are trying to destroy. While the two protagonists fight for justice and loyalty, this antagonist fights purely for power and control. His philosophy is simple: strength belongs to those who dominate without hesitation. Despite the overwhelming danger, the two fighters refuse to turn away from the challenge. Their past experiences have taught them that ignoring injustice only allows it to grow stronger. They understand the cost of confronting powerful enemies, but their sense of responsibility pushes them forward. Protecting the vulnerable and standing against corruption becomes their mission once again, even if it means risking their lives inside the most dangerous fighting arenas imaginable. As the story unfolds, the underground fights become increasingly intense and unpredictable. Each match pushes the fighters closer to their limits, testing not only their physical strength, but also their mental endurance. In this brutal world, victory requires more than powerful punches. Strategy, patience, and the ability to remain calm under extreme pressure become essential survival skills. The fights themselves are raw and unforgiving, showing the harsh reality of a system where defeat can carry devastating consequences. Along the way, the protagonists encounter other fighters whose stories reflect the harsh realities of the Underground League. Some are driven by revenge, others by desperation, and many by the hope that one victory could change their lives forever. These encounters reveal the emotional weight carried by those who step into the ring. Every fighter has something to lose, and every match becomes a clash of personal dreams and painful histories. While the battles grow more intense, the friendship between the two main characters remains the foundation that keeps them moving forward. Their loyalty to each other provides strength during moments when defeat seems inevitable. When one falls, the other rises to continue the fight. This powerful bond becomes the emotional core of the story, reminding viewers that even in the darkest environments, trust and friendship can become powerful weapons against injustice. As their reputation grows, the Underground League begins to recognize them as serious threats. The organization attempts to manipulate them through intimidation, deception, and psychological pressure. They are offered opportunities to join the system rather than destroy it, tempting them with wealth and fame if they choose to abandon their moral principles. But the two fighters understand that accepting such offers would betray everything they have fought for. The tension builds toward a confrontation that will determine the future of the underground boxing world. Powerful figures behind the scenes begin to reveal themselves as the protagonists move closer to exposing the truth. Every fight becomes more dangerous than the last, pushing the heroes toward a final clash with the ruthless leader who controls the entire operation. This confrontation represents more than just a battle between fighters. It becomes a symbolic struggle between two opposing beliefs about power. One side believes strength exists to dominate and exploit others, while the other believes strength should be used to protect those who cannot defend themselves. The outcome of this conflict will determine whether the Underground League continues to thrive or finally collapses under the weight of justice. As the story reaches its most intense moments, the protagonists must confront their fears, doubts, and physical limits. The battles ahead will require everything they have learned through years of training, hardship, and friendship. Every punch thrown in the ring carries the weight of their past struggles and the hope of a future free from corruption. Bloodhounds 2 ultimately expands the scale of the story beyond personal revenge into a larger fight against a powerful criminal system. It explores themes of loyalty, courage, and resilience while delivering intense action and emotional depth. The journey of these two fighters proves that even in a brutal world dominated by greed and violence, determination and friendship can become the strongest forces of all. The story leaves viewers with the powerful reminder that true strength does not come from domination, but from the courage to stand against injustice. Through relentless battles, personal sacrifices, and unwavering loyalty, the two fighters continue their mission to challenge a system that has harmed countless lives. Their fight is not just for victory in the ring, but for the chance to create a world where power is no longer used to exploit the weak.